In this video, you're going to learn how to slay Riff by Mighty Riff, a history of bad men by the Melvins. What's going on? My name is Jered, and welcome to Beholden to the Riff, the heaviest bass channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for checking out this video. The Melvins are one of my absolute favorite bands and hold a very special place in my heart. I am super excited to get into this one. We are in drop D tuning, so just tune your E down to D and let's do this. Here's riff number 1, nice and slow. So let's break up this intro riff into 4 smaller pieces. First small piece is going to be the first 2 measures. And let's start actually with measure 2. This is the open, open, 6 open on the now D string. This idea gets repeated in every one of the smaller pieces. So we're going to play this 4 times per kind of full riff cycle. So here it is one more time. This. Jumping back to the first measure, starts 3rd fret, and it's going to go back to the open D. And the timing on this one is if we're using the head bobs, we're gonna do 3 head bobs per on this 3rd fret here. So it's, and then 2 head bobs on when we go to the open. Immediately after that, we do that. So here's the first 2 measures. That same thing gets repeated again. So now jumping to the 5th measure, it's going to be 3, 2, 3 on the now D string. And just like in that first phrase, we got 3 head bobs for this one too. So this time each note gets a bob. And then when we go back to open, same 2 head bobs on this one. The last small section is going to be measures 7 and 8. It's going to be 3, 5, 3, and then our repeated phrase, open, open, 6, 0. So same thing, 3 head bobs, 1 per note, 3, 5, 3. 2 head bobs on the open. One last thing in this phrase is we got a bunch of these kind of like attitude bends, just these partial bends. It doesn't bend up to anywhere, just grab it, pull down a little bit. Just gnarly. So here's the full phrase at about full speed. So this song is in drop D, and I've had tuners throughout the years that, for whatever reason, only tune to the kind of standard pitches, the E, A, D, G. So if your tuner isn't registering this low D, so one way you can check it is to compare it with this open D. Make sure it's the same, it's going to be an octave apart, but they're both Ds. Another way you can do it is play it on the 7th fret, this D string, and it should match this open A. Sounds good. Last way you can do it is play the 12th fret on the D string, this low D, and it's going to actually be now the same pitch as this high D. So that's just an easy way to check it. So now let's check out the chorus. Gets a little bit busy in here. It's going to revolve mostly around the 5th fret on the A string. The note is D, just like our drop D. And it's going to be in, I think of this one in groups of 4. So the first measure is 2 groups of 4. All the notes in the groups of 4 are on the 5th fret. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third measure starts with the 3rd fret on the D string, and then immediately back to that 5th fret. This is, once again, is in groups of 4. It's the first group of 4. First note is going to be 3rd fret. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another group of 4 on the 5th fret. Those 2 measures once again. So here's those first 4 measures, and really try to hear them in these groups of 4, and I'll try to emphasize them a little bit. Here's the full thing. This is awesome. Then, where do we go here? We go 3, 2, 3. So this 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, that's going to be the first 3 notes in our group of 4. 4th note, back to the 5th fret. So here's the second 2 measures. Next up, going to be, once again, 2 groups of 4, all happening on the 5th fret. Then we're going to go 3, 5, 3. Here's the first 6 measures. Just awesome. Coming into the first, let's just call this a chorus, happening at 2 minutes, 14 seconds. We're deep in this groups of 4, 5th fret. First time around, gonna start out, we're gonna come up, hit that 3rd fret. So next time, we're gonna go 5th fret. So it's from there, we repeat the same idea from the beginning. This 3, 2, 3, and then 3, 5, 3. So here's the first kind of riff cycle in the chorus. We're going to play that riff cycle twice. Then we're going to go into the last cycle in the chorus. This is starting at 2 minutes, 41 seconds. And it's going to be the same idea, just a little less droning on this 5th fret. Starts 3rd fret. Then immediately back in 3rd fret again. Then we're going to go to the 5th fret. Then we go 3, 2, 3. Then instead of that, we're going to just go 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Really cool how they end the chorus. It slows down a little bit, and then when they come into that main riff again, it's actually slower than when they start out. But here's that last phrase before we get too far ahead. Here's that last phrase of the chorus. So that little busier section. This. Before we go into the next section, I just want to take a moment and thank the Beholden to the Riff Patreon community. Thank you so much. Your support means the world to me and really makes all of this possible. Thank you. Last riff of the song is going to be played throughout the outro. All 3 minutes of it or something like this. It starts at 3 minutes, 55 seconds. It's a similar idea as the main riff, just a little more spacious and just allows for these dual drum solos, drum fill things. Just amazing part. It's going to be open D, 3rd fret, 5th fret. That's all we're doing. Goes. So for the timing on this riff, that first open D, we're going to hit it, hang on it for, I think it's a count, what do we got? 4, 6, 7 count. So it's going to be a full measure of 4 and then another 3 beats. So. We hold this 3rd fret for, what's this one? 6 count. There we go. 3, slide up to 5. This is going to be essentially 2 head bobs. So I'll start on that 3rd fret one more time. It's just killer. One thing you could do to, just beef it up a little bit is you can, since we have a D string here and then we have a D string here, we can play both these 3rd frets. And then you can end it by hitting the 5th fret, which is a D. So this is open D and 5th fret. Thickens it up a little bit. So. So sweet. One thing that I hear kind of way in the back of the mix, with all this drum stuff happening, is it sounds like a little bit of a bass solo fill thing. I I'm pretty sure it's the bass. It goes 10th fret here. This. So it's 10, 10, 10, 9, 7. Then 5, slide back up to 7. So played together, it sounds kind of like this. It goes. Like I said, it's a little bit hard to hear. It's definitely going on. I'm not sure if it's Buzz or Jered Warren doing this on the bass, but it's back there. And I mean, we got the time. We got 3 minutes. We might as well noodle a little bit. He does another phrase. Sounds like it happens starting here on the 7th fret. So if you do want to experiment a little bit, got to noodle around during this end section, the notes that sound good are this D minor scale. Starts here, 5th fret, A string. So it goes 5, 7, 8 on the A string. Then 5, 7, 8 on the D string. Then we got 2 notes on the G, 5 and 7. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you dug the lesson. Hope you found it helpful. And if you're new to the channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe. We got this kind of thing coming out on a weekly basis. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.